You are watching. Pause. We pause for a second or two. How do we keep life coherent when so much is changing? This is episode 232, AI-curated truth. When I was a kid, about 11 years old, one day, one of my teachers came into the classroom and told all of us kids to follow her to the computer room to have a computer lesson. And all of us kids were placed at one computer each. And she told us that today you will try something new. It is called a search engine. And she told us to enter this specific domain that we all know and try some different web searches using this search engine. And this was back in 2001, when this was new in my native country, Sweden. And then the years following, in increasing degree, whenever we had tasks in school to write about a certain subject or make some kind of essay, increasingly we were encouraged to use search engines to find facts. And then from these facts, we were taught to assemble something cohesive, assemble something that could be called a truth. Something that, when assembled, makes sense. That's how I was taught to do it. If we go further back in time, and we go to my parents' generation, back in their time, there were no computers in school. So when they were told or given tasks to write an essay or something of the like, they were referred to books and maybe magazines or newspapers. So they gathered their facts from books, and then they assembled their truth and presented it. So this second part the assembling of a cohesive truth. This is the same for my parents' generation and mine. To sort of use our creativity to take facts and create something out of those facts. The emotional skill of today's episode is universal skill creativity. It is one of our 5 universal skills. And our universal skills are universal in that they are applicable in every and any situation. And universal skill creativity is about that at every moment we do something with what we have. So in the example of when I went to school and when my parents went to school, we were alike in that we gathered facts, collected facts, and we put those facts together using our creativity, universal skill creativity, to construct a truth. Today's episode is called AI-curated truth. And what we're talking about today is that increasingly a new kind of technology is being rolled out. And this is a search engine that does not present links firsthand. It does that also, but firsthand it presents the searcher, the user, with something already cohesively assembled. Something that already is a cohesive truth. It's already done. So what we're talking about today is that these new AI search engines, they do universal skill creativity for us. So what we're looking at is something new. And my ambition in this episode is to try to not speculate. It is a difficult thing to do with today's episode because our imagination wants to sort of extrapolate this technology, what it will mean to us. But I want to at least try to not speculate that much, because we simply do not know yet how this new technology will be utilized, by whom, in what ways, to what extent, and what sort of greater macro patterns will emerge from this. We do not yet know. So let's start with what we do know at least. So we do know that now, increasingly, kids in school, like my generation, like my parents' generation, are being instructed to use tools, to use sources, to find information, find facts. My parents were told to use books. I was told to use search engines in combination with books. And this generation is told to use AI search engines, perhaps also search engines and books. So multiple layers of sources. So what is new, what is not speculation but is actually what can be observed, is that kids today are instructed to formulate their truths from already existing truths assembled by the AI. And this is new. This is new. To have the kid, the student, and the AI sort of doing it together. This is new. What is also new is that my generation, when we used search engines, basically all the kids got the same search results when they search for something. So all 20 kids in the class got the same results, the same facts from which to assemble some truth. But now, these AI search engines, they remember each individual's history, each individual's search history or history of communication with the AI. So, for my generation, all the kids had the same facts, the same raw material to construct their truths from. But kids today get tailor-made facts, tailor-made, already assembled truths from which to do something with using their universal skill creativity. And this is also new. So my parents, when they went to school, they used all the same books. All the kids got the same book. In my generation, all the kids got the same search result from the search engine. But in this generation, all the kids do not get the same results, the same raw material. They get different, depending on their history before with the technology. This is new. And this is not speculation, this is observation. This is something we can say already. What we cannot say for certain is what consequences this will have. We do not yet know Mm. Mm. So I guess something that will be interesting to look at going forward is, even for us of older generations, to see how does it feel to be us using universal skill creativity, what we do with what we have. One, doing it out of books. How does it feel to construct truth out from books, from the facts from books? How does it feel to be us to use our creativity to construct truths out of search engines? If they will stay around, maybe they won't. Maybe they will be replaced by AI search engines. We don't know. And how does it feel to construct truths out from already tailor-made truths made by the AI? And then compare how it feels and come to our own conclusions. What it means to construct truths out from these different mediums, its different technologies. That would be interesting to compare. What truth do we want to construct out from a book? What truth do we want to construct out from an AI search engine? That is interesting. And we will also see how this generation of kids, how they make use of books, or how they will not make use of books. That will also be interesting to see what solutions they come up with. That's it for today. Thank you.